Shekinah's Intervention First-Person Poetic Telling by L. Miller. I didn't plan it like a movie. There was no dramatic thunder, no slow-mo montage of me sharpening a blade with revenge music playing in the background. It was quieter than that, more personal, the kind of quiet that screams. It started with his voice downstairs, laughing, as if he hadn't stolen something I still hadn't gotten back, as if he didn't press his shame into me and call it discipline, as if he didn't tell me, real girls don't tell. I was 13. Now I'm 14. And he still walks this house like it owes him peace. My mother doesn't look at me the same. Maybe she knows, maybe she doesn't. But either way, I'm invisible, until today. I waited till everyone was asleep. I took the knife from the kitchen drawer, wrapped it in my sweatshirt, and held it like a second spine. Every part of me was shaking, but I called it strength. I said, "This is power. This is justice. This is what Elohim never did." But the truth? I wasn't just shaking with rage. I was shaking because I wanted to feel like I mattered. Because if he could do all that to me and still smile like nothing happened, then I had to become something terrible to finally feel real. I walked toward his door, counting every breath, every floorboard, every heartbeat that still worked, even after everything he broke. Even still, I took a deep breath and whispered to myself a little prayer. I don't even know why I prayed. The words tasted dry, like ash, like they'd passed through a throat that no longer expected to be heard. Elohim, this is it. If you're real, please, if you see me and if I shouldn't do this, stop me. But either way, be with me. Then nothing, no thunder, no shaking walls, not even a wind, just the hallway, dim and too still. The knife's handle pressed against my palm like it belonged there. And I just stood, frozen, my knees locked, my breathing shallow, heartbeat like a war drum in my ears. Thump, 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 like my chest was trying to shout louder than the silence. I thought maybe that was my answer, that there was no God. Or if there was, he didn't care. Or maybe he cared more about him than me. Or maybe he wanted me to take justice into my own hands. But I don't think I felt no warmth or righteousness in this moment. Just emptiness surrounding my sorrowful soul. And just when I took one small breath, one step closer to the door, with trembling resolve, the hallway changed. It didn't shake. It didn't glow. It just breathed. Like the walls took a sigh I didn't know I needed. Then I felt it. Not fear, but presence. I turned, and there she was. Shekinah. Not a ghost. Not some floating goddess in the clouds, but real, rooted, dark-skinned like me, hair like roots and stars. Her eyes held storms, and something gentler underneath. She didn't reach for the knife. She reached for me. I dropped to my knees before she even touched me, because the weight of being seen, truly seen, felt heavier than rage. And then she came closer, kneeling, holding me, and I fell into her without shame. I was going to do it, I sobbed. I was going to end him. Her hand cradled the back of my head. Her voice, fire wrapped in velvet. "You could have," she whispered, "and it would have changed nothing but you. But now, you've changed something far greater." I pulled back just enough to look into her eyes. "But who will make it right?" I asked. "Who will make him pay?" She didn't blink. She didn't soften it. She promised. And in that voice that cracked eternity itself, She spoke. "Vengeance is mine," says Adonai. "I will repay." I trembled, not because I doubted, but because something holy had just entered the contract. Not silence, not indifference, but justice on my behalf. Shekinah stroked my head lovingly. "Don't you know the Father once said, 'If anyone causes one of these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea.'" Then Shekinah pressed her forehead to mine. "You are not weak for surviving," she said. "You are sacred for still breathing." I dropped the knife. She picked up my face. And in the silence that followed, I finally felt what prayer was supposed to feel like. Not noise sent upward, but a presence sent down. And that's when I knew. The war wasn't mine to wage. But the healing, that part, was mine. She held me as I finally wept. Not as a victim, not as a villain, but as a soul releasing pain and sorrow it bared far too long. In that moment, I gave it all over to Elohim and trusted that he had me. Shekinah's form slowly drifted away, like a wind sweeping through the house, gentle yet firm. But her warm presence remained.
A whisper in the silence, Shekinah glows. A warmth upon my heart, the love it shows. Gentle as the breeze that softly flows. You're the stillness in my storm. Heaven knows. Shekinah,